So, see, what have I not painted that should be painted? Well, of course, we still have to touch up his face. And I want to put a different color on that patch. You know what? Since I'm that close, I think I will just go ahead and do that. I'll just cut the video here, and
I'll be right back.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch up his face a little bit, try to get that eye looking a little bit better, touch up his ears. And I was thinking about that patch, and I was going to mix up some blue first, and then decided no, blue wouldn't look good. Oh, then I'll do it in mix up red and yellow and get some orange. But I don't think I want to do that because I really don't want it to stand out too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint that in the same color as his face. And see what that turns out. And I'd like to do it in just a really thin coat. Just so it looks a little different, but doesn't look like skin tone. And then just going in and touching around his face. I think it really needs to be more. Yeah, I've got it really, I guess maybe it's on his nose, the bridge of his nose. And I'm just going to kind of keep painting it back until it looks the way I would like it to. And try not to paint directly over it, which I think I did. Of course, now I see no yellow at all. Well, let's just do that then. Just gonna touch over it, and we'll rework that completely in yellow. So let's go ahead and get his ears. I got them a dark brown, didn't I? And I'm just going to touch up all the other spots, like where that finger got painted over. At least I think it was. No, it's fine. And so that all looks good. A little bit more dab in there. Go over this another time. Grab a little bit more paint. A quick shade of different brown just over the top of that would be good too. But I'm not going to worry about that just right yet. Okay. Let me grab the yellow and see if I can dot his eye. Okay, just for fun, that's still using the Sunlight Yellow from the basic Kickstarter set. And I think I may have too much paint. And I got splitting hairs. then I push the brush tip. All kinds of bad. We have way too much paint on here. I think that's good. Do I dare touch it just a tad right there? I do. I messed it up a little bit. Oh, I've got skin color. I can just... Yeah, I think that's good. Notice a little spot right there that looks a little bit of a different shade. So I'm going to get the muddy brown and touch that up just a tad. Okay. I'm going to touch up the undersides of the hair too. He may have buck teeth. I didn't notice that. Well, we'll call that a detail for another time. But for now, at this point, I would say if you wanted to, seal it, and let's just clear paint. I prefer the two coat, the gloss for the protection, and then the matte overcoat to get rid of the gloss shine. And you could be done with it. And perfectly good tabletop. Base, of course, will be done too, but I'll do that later. And so, to take this a step further, but not spend a lot of time on it, you could use the dip method. I've done it before with just a wash as well. You'll lose some of the yellow, so that's one consideration, and that's one good reason not to use the complete dip method is you'll have to go back over the yellow, and that's an okay task. You don't have to not do it for that reason. The other way would be the wash, where you could put it where you want to, and just hold it upside down and put the wash where you want so it rolls into the shades. Or you could just let it be like that and call it good for the tabletop. So that's the end of this video, and I don't think I'll make a different playlist, but we're going to push this a little bit further. I'm going to go ahead and do a lot more shades and highlights all over on the back of the cloak, and that'll be mixing up paint rather than straight from the bottle. The other thing I was going to do is I'm going to do an OSL, and if you can see it from this direction, find something to point with. And what we'll do is we'll paint yellow, down to Kool-Aid consistency is what we'd use for the highlights, and we're just going to highlight everything with the light source coming from there. So his face will get it, and the brightest spot will be up here on his hands, and then it slowly fades out, and there'll be a stark line here because it's shaded from the flame. And that might look a little strange on the purple. We'll have to see how that goes. So you may skip that step too. And we'll do the skin tones a lot more, and the boots and pants. I kind of messed those up already, so we'll mess up the rest of them. There's lots of little gaps here where I didn't get the paint, and that would be solved by doing a wash, or just going in and blacklining it too. And So I'm going to do that, and then we'll work on the base after that, because I'm going to do it a color and then put the little snake thing, glue it down, and then do the same light source from it too. So here's stage 1, call it good if you want, and we'll continue with stages 3, 4, 2, we won't do them in order, 18, 36. So anyway, have a good one, and I'll see you later.